ESPN on ABC.
A very good day, Dr. Asma. So today, me and my fellow friends over here, my name is PRAVIN. Here is HAZIQ, Nuralimi and Adam. We are going to bring up a discussion about our group topic, which is the rivalry between the red derbies. So today, each of us, excluding me, will be presenting an article about our group topic, which is the rivalry between the Reds, and I'll be the moderator for this session. And I'll also be jotting down the important points which will be given by my group members. So first up, our discussion will be started by my friend Adam. So Adam, you can carry on.
Okay, so my topic is about the historical success between Manchester United and Liverpool. So my article is, the topic of my article is called A Rough Guide to Why Liverpool and Manchester United hate each other. So there's a few things said in this article, but I will just go straight to the main point. So in this article it's mentioned that both team history and heritage of success have a long-running expectation of winning trophies, often at the expense of one another. It is also mentioned that Liverpool is once a European powerhouse in the 70s and 80s, winning 11 league titles and 4 European Cups from 1972 to 1990. But then Manchester United succeeded Liverpool as England's biggest team in the early 90s, a role they have arguably retained since the present day. They also mentioned that both clubs believe they are the greatest club in English football and also European football, and they have 121 major trophies between them to prove it. Other than that, they also mentioned that the football rivalry goes back to pre-war times. But a notable point in its 20th century history was the 1977 FA Cup final, where the situation was Liverpool had just won the league and were going for a treble at the European Cup final with Borussia Mönchengladbach, a team from Germany. So 4 days after they went leading, but then United denied their Liverpool chance to win the treble with a hard-fought 2-1 victory. Other than that, they also mentioned that United were full of glee in 2010 and 11, where they won their 19th league title, finally surpassing the record 18 title haul of Liverpool. Yes. Other point that I want to mention is that other than their trophies that they won in their history, their historical success also depends on their fans. It's because fans play a major part in the historical success of both teams. We have also known, as we see, for example, in Anfield, we know how passionate Liverpool fans is, how the atmosphere is. Every time every team comes to Anfield, they will feel the atmosphere. So to conclude my article, I just want to mention the main point of this article. So the main point is that historically, both teams have won many trophies. Both teams dominate in the English football and also European football. Other than that, the head-to-head scenes is considered as one of the most fierce football match that we have ever seen in history. I think that's the end of my presentation. Do you guys have a question?
Well, for me, I am not a football fan, so I'm not really knowledgeable. But you mentioned Anfield.
Yeah.
Is Anfield, which team does it belong to?
Oh, okay. Sorry. So Anfield is actually stadium belong to Liverpool.
Oh.
So Anfield in football world is considered as maybe the most scary place to for the opposing team to come.
Yeah, I agree with Adam since me myself as a Barcelona fan, we got a horrific comeback during 2019 season, which we already won the first leg, but on the second leg we got such a very sad comeback, and I cannot forget that match.
So, Adam, you were saying that the rivalry was caused by the historical success between Manchester United and Liverpool. So, you meant that the trophies won by them. So, Manchester United and Liverpool won a lot of trophies by them. So, can you give example of what are the major trophies won by Liverpool and also by Manchester United?
Okay, so for Liverpool, their most prestigious cup is they want to they brag about is the 5 European Champions League trophy, where no other team in England have won more than them. Right. So for Manchester United, they brag about their treble trophy that they won in I think 2008, where they won 3 trophies treble, which is I think the FA Cup English trophy, the English League Premier League trophy, and also the European Champions League trophy.
Oh, that's good. So from this, I think I can conclude that your point is the historical victories and historical success is one of the main reasons for the rivalry between Manchester United and Liverpool. Alright, so thank you so much, Adam. Anything you would like to add, anyone else? Okay. Alright. Okay. So next up, we will move on to Alimi. Alimi, you can present your article.
Alright, so the article that I am presenting today is from Manchester Evening News. And the title is Manchester versus Liverpool rivalry. When did it begin and why is it so bitter? The article starts off with the enmity between the two great London cities is much older and runs much deeper than football. So they have a historical rivalry even before football. And this article should hopefully help with my case of how does it affect on football fans. So let's begin. What is it about Liverpool v Manchester rivalry that turns otherwise sane, decent human beings at the end of the M62 into raving bigots unable to see reason and demand truth? Both cities carry their share of good and bad. So it compares between both cities being very similar. Of course, football is the single biggest cause nowadays. Liverpool and United have a bitter hatred that even surpasses their feelings for their natural derby rivals, Everton and City. So they're comparing about the rivalry with another rivalry. So let's skip to more important points. So the person who wrote this article remembers having a conversation with someone from Liverpool, and that he's comparing the achievements from both cities. And they mentioned that Liverpool had no scientific achievements to compare with Manchester University's discovery of how to speed atom and the first computer. So they're talking about bragging rights. But of course, most people date the rivalry back to the building of the Manchester Ship Canal in 1894, but there's evidence that the mistrust and dislike goes back even further than that. I'm not here to talk about the economics, but the Mancunian industrialists got together and brought up a corridor of land from the Wirral all the way to Salford, so that shipping could bypass Liverpool entirely. So it most likely stems from their hatred towards each other. But it says, but the rivalry may even proceed by going back to the start of the Industrial Revolution. So this article talks about how Liverpool built its wealth on trade and the rich merchant class despised Manchester industrialists for getting monk under their fingernails. Basically, gentlemen versus dirty labor workers. But the Mancunian mill owners were equally derisive of the fancy land merchants of Merseyside for the opposite reason, because they weren't man enough to get their hands dirty. So that was the fight back then, and in that era, most of the working class was not fighting each other. It was more the middle class, the higher class, the upper class. So it says here that yet that rivalry did not at first seem to permeate downwards the working classes, who make up the vast majority of the population in those cities. Indeed, both cities have long proud traditions of radicalism, of resisting the London elite through political and trade union agitation. So they weren't really as crazy hatred against each other.
So, when we started to interrupt, so you're saying that the workers, the Manchester United workers and the Liverpool affiliates, the fight, the hatred began because of the opening of the Manchester United.
Yes.
Due to that, the hatred and the problem rise within them.
Yes, but at that time it was more for the upper class. Yes. But then, football that has driven a rivalry that was commercial and middle class into being an enmity between two single class communities, and took it to such extremes. The two biggest clubs in England are so close together, and between them have dominated sport in this country for most of the last 45 years. So, football is one of the reasons that the rivalry became so big that even non-football fans became interested in just the rivalry itself. So it goes from a hierarchy of upper class, middle class, and then the working class. So that is about how the rivalry became so bitter. Ending this article, the fact is that these two great cities have far more in common than the trivialities that divide them. And maybe that is the problem this article says. Mancunian and Scousers are very much alike, and that is what makes so many people uncomfortable. In a world where division and hostility is becoming alarmingly entrenched, such superficial rivalry needs to be dropped. Do I agree? I'm not going to say because reasons. So, from this article, do you guys think that it should be dropped, or should it stay the rivalry?
I think it should stay there.
Because it's a sense of pride and I think the culture of it.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So does anyone have anything to add to that?
I think that's a very good article and a very good point, because besides from what Adam said about historical success, he also goes way further way before that, when Manchester workers and Liverpool workers were working at that problem rise since then and then came to football. That's a very interesting thing. So this is not just because this from the starting of football, this is before football. So that's very, very interesting to see that point over here. Alright? So yeah, thank you for that wonderful article and wonderful explanation, Nuralimi. So next up, we can go to HAZIQ.
Yeah, thank you, Pravin. From my article, I would like to present about the 5 similarities between Liverpool and Manchester United during 2015 season. So based on 2015 statistic itself, why I choose this year on my article is because this year in this year both teams had 5 same problem. First, we got a challenging start for Liverpool and Manchester United. Liverpool got second in the league for their previous season in 2014. However, injuries happened to their player. For example, Daniel Sturridge. He's one of the crucial players to be a striker for the Liverpool team. This made the defeat became more worse for both teams. They are very struggle to get a mid-table spot in the league. Second, they got a disappointing from their strikers. Both got a promising transfer window in that season. The fans have really had a high hope for them, but Manchester's striker Radamel Falcao and Liverpool's Balotelli really overhyped for their previous international country performance. And third point, we got defensive problem for both teams. Normally reliable in defense, Liverpool and Manchester United experienced a defensive trouble that caused them a point error and make them lose 3 points or sometimes 1 point. And for the fourth, they tried to make an experimental with their formation. However, both teams are already experienced playing with their balance or defensive formation. But when they have a new manager like Louis van Gaal and Brendan Rodgers, they are trying to play with attacking formations. And lastly, these two teams during this year, they had no any target since like other teams like Chelsea and Arsenal. They already got their EPL English Premier League silverware, and Arsenal got their FA Cup. So that is all from my article. Do you guys have anything?
So yeah, you stated about Balotelli, right?
Yeah.
In Balotelli and Falcao were injured. So yeah, I heard that Balotelli is a very good player. Like from what I know, Balotelli is the first and the only Italian to win the Premier League, and also he scored a lot of goals, but sadly he got injured. So your point was stating that because of the injury, Manchester United and Liverpool had a slow start that season. So that's one of the similarities. Right, that's good to hear. Because before this we were talking about rivalries and the differences between them, the distinct values, but now there's some similarities between them. Right, that's good.
I just want to add something about your point, which is the similarities between the two clubs, right? So I just want to go for video. Does this point adds more like rivalries between the two clubs?
Yeah, because their fans are hoping that their players can make the rival feel sad about their new strikers, new players, but then it really disappoints them the most. But for right now, this video recorded 2023, both of these teams already improved a lot for new culture and new play style, and they already revamped a lot.
Okay. Alright. So I think it's a very wonderful presentation from your friends over here. So from what I've jotted down over here and from what I've learned from this presentation, that if you go deep down into the rivalry, one of the main reasons for this rivalry to occur is because of the historical success, the trophies won and the trebles won. And then my friend Nuralimi stated due to the problems that arise between the workers and back then the cultural differences, the working class, and all those tension between them also is one of the plays an important role in the rivalry between these two clubs. And then my friend HAZIQ stated that there's also some similarities between them. Even if there's some rivalries, there's some similarities in the formation of the clubs, like in terms of player injuries, in terms of the formation they play, in terms of how they start the season and how many titles and how many goals they win for every season. So yeah, I think these are the main crucial points that my friend shared in the articles today. So I think you guys want to add something more? I think today's been a wonderful presentation, and so to narrow it down, I think this will be a very good points for essay later on, and our topic will be deep down into the rivalry between these two clubs. So thank you so much, Madam, for listening to our podcast, and yeah, see you soon.
This is ESPN on ABC.